You step into the bright fluorescent hum of the terminal, shoulder strap digging into your palm, and the scale at the check-in desk blinks as bags inch forward. The overhead bins hiss closed, and someone ahead shoves a too big roller in. Sparks of fear flare. Will they charge me, make me gate check it, or worse, refuse it? That's the exact knot people describe when they ask about carry-on size and weight across different airlines. Start right now at home. Measure your bag with a tape measure from wheel to handle top and across width and depth, and weigh it on a bathroom scale. Weigh yourself holding the bag, then subtract.
If your flight happens to be canceled or delayed, Compensair will help you get compensation for the inconvenience and get your money back without wasting time on red tape. Get a refund for your canceled flight right.
If your bag has wheels, include them. Write down the numbers and save a photo on your phone. Next, open the airline's official baggage allowance page, not the booking summary, and confirm both the dimensional limit, height times width times depth, and the stated weight limit, if any. If you're flying a code share or connecting carrier, check each carrier's rule for the itinerary leg that's most restrictive. At the airport, bring a cheap portable luggage scale. They're $15, $30. When you approach check-in or the gate, avoid last-minute shoving.
If a staff member asks to measure, calmly hand over the measurements or ask to use the sizer at the counter. If your bag is within the airline's printed allowance, you win. Politely ask the agent to note the bag dimensions on your reservation if they seem reluctant. Why do airlines care about this? It's not personal. It's space and balance. Think of the plane's overhead bins like the shelves in a small moving truck. Each shelf has a fixed cubic volume, and every extra pound affects how the whole load is balanced and loaded quickly. On short flights with tight turnarounds, a passenger wrestling with an oversized bag can delay boarding for everyone, and the airline operates on tight schedules. The rule therefore protects safety and timetables in a practical way, not to make your life harder. Concrete numbers matter. Typical U.S. domestic airlines set carry-on dimension limits around 22 by 14 by 9 inches, 56 by 36 by 23 centimeters. Weight limits, far less consistent, range from unlimited, owned by the number of bags that fit overhead, to strict caps like 7, 10 kilograms, 15, 22 pounds on some international and low-cost carriers. If your carry-on is oversized, you can expect one of three outcomes. The agent lets it on, common if the flight isn't full. The bag is gate-checked free or for a small fee, or you're charged an oversized/checked bag fee. Fees vary widely. $0, $35 for voluntary gate checks, $25, $200 if forced into a checked bag paid fare on some international routes or low-cost carriers. Missed flight risk is real but low if you arrive early. The highest risk of being delayed or missing a flight comes when the gate agent refuses your bag and you argue. That exchange can take 10, 20 minutes. On very short connection times, that's the difference between boarding and watching the plane leave. Worst-case scenarios: bag damaged or lost after forced gate check, a $150, $500 unexpected bill, or missing your flight if you push the issue at boarding. The cheapest, safest, most practical solution is routine and simple. Measure and weigh. Choose a carry-on that fits the strictest likely limit on your route, and pack a compact personal item that can swallow overflow. For U.S. domestic travel, aim for a 21.5 by 14 by 9 inch bag. and keep it under 18.20 pounds if you want to be conservative. For European low-cost carriers, Ryanair, Wizz, check their often tighter dimensions and low weight caps, sometimes as small as 40 by 20 by 25 centimeters for the free personal item. Use compression cubes. Carry essential items like medications and a phone charger in a personal item, and consider wearing your heaviest shoes and jacket onto the plane to lower bag weight. A few practical packing moves. Pack liquids and electronics last, so you can shuffle them into your personal item at the gate if necessary. Tuck bulky items like jackets under your seat, and place fragile items in carry-on hand luggage rather than gate-checked luggage. Buy a small digital luggage scale and test every packed bag before you leave. It removes almost all last-minute panic. Many useful links can be found in the description. Now the tricky part most guides underplay: fares and sales pitch traps. Some basic economy fares explicitly block a full-size carry-on and allow only a smaller personal item. This is enforced at many gates. Booking sites and even some airline checkout pages can hide this by grouping baggage under a single linked label or burying the carry-on exclusion in the fare rules. Priority boarding is often sold as the only way to bring a full-size carry-on, and agents sometimes imply a bag must be paid to remain on board, when the real rule is the fare class. You can refuse an unnecessary upsell. Calmly say, "My fare allowance shows a carry-on included in the fare rules. I'd like to proceed without paying extra." If pushed, ask the agent to check the fare rules and speak to a supervisor. A very specific hidden fee. Third-party booking sites sometimes omit that a code-share carrier enforces a different carry-on policy. You can buy a ticket on Airline A but fly Airline B for one leg, and Airline B may charge gate fees for carry-ons or enforce a strict weight limit. Always check the operating carrier's baggage policy. If they try to charge you at the gate for a carry-on that your paid fare normally covers, ask them to show the rule in their own baggage policy and ask for supervisor review. Agents who are following a script will usually comply. If your bag is oversized at the gate, the cheapest immediate option is to move non-essential items into your personal item and repack. If that won't fix it, accept a free gate check if offered. Take a photo of the bag and the tag, remove valuables beforehand, and keep the claim ticket. If the airline demands a paid checked bag charge, ask to see the fee table and ask politely for a waiver if there was a discrepancy in published rules. On many airlines, you can get a one-time courtesy if you're polite and have proof you followed published dimensions. International travel adds layers. Some carriers insist rigidly on weight. Others are flexible but enforce an exact dimension. Check the cabin baggage policy for the strictest carrier on your itinerary. If you have a connecting flight on a low-cost carrier, consider shipping bulky items or buying an economy-checked bag ahead of time. Prepaid checked bags are almost always cheaper than paying at the gate. A final practical checklist before you leave home. Measure and photograph your packed bag, include wheels and handle. Weigh it with a luggage scale and keep the reading on your phone. Check the operating carrier's carry-on dimensions and weight for every flight leg. Pack a small, soft personal item that can hold overflow. Arrive at the gate early enough to repack calmly if needed. If you follow that checklist, you reduce the chance of extra fees, gate delay, or a bag left behind. When an agent tries to upsell you priority boarding as the only way to bring a carry-on, ask to see the fare rules and be ready to repack into your personal item. Being polite but firm and having measurements and a photo wins most disputes. If you want a quick rule of thumb for most routes, under 22 by 14 by 9 inches and under 20 pounds will keep you safe on most U.S. domestic flights. For European low-cost carriers, carry a much smaller bag or buy the carry-on allowance in advance.
Invest in a $20 luggage scale and a soft-sided bag that compresses, not a rigid hard shell that inches you over dimension limits. If you found this helpful, please like the video and subscribe for clear, practical travel tips that stop gate surprises. Ask in the comments which airline or route you want me to compare next, and I'll cover the exact limits and fees. Thank you for watching. Safe travels.